Pancakes and Pandemonium. I'm Sarah, and my house is quiet right now because everybody is still at school. Yay. So I am really excited for this collab. It is with my sweet friend Desiree, or you may know her by Mama Friendly. So if you're coming over from her channel, thanks for coming over and checking me out. And if you're one of my regulars, when you're done with my video, go check hers out and the playlist. Her channel and the playlist will be linked in the description box. Guys, I'm so excited for this recipe to show you guys. I have made some changes to my sugar cookie recipe, not to change it forever. That is a classic. It is Grandma Kathy's. It will always be. But I wanted to try to swap out some ingredients and see how it fared making a completely different cookie. So I am really excited to get this going, and it's going to be an awesome Valentine's Day treat. I'm anticipating my Valentine baby, Gracie, really loving these and making these for her birthday party in a few weeks. So yeah, we're gonna make some changes, and we are gonna make raspberry white chocolate cookies. So let's go bake. All right, so that's what we're working with. I wrote everything out so I could make the amounts make sense. And we're gonna start with 1.5 cups of butter. Okay, here we go. Now, the trick to brown butter is you don't want the heat too high. You want everything to work slowly, cook, but essentially we're melting the butter and toasting the butter solids, and we're gonna get this really great nutty, slightly caramely flavor, which is going to give our dough that, I don't know, rich, caramely, toffee flavor that we really want in certain cookies, like chocolate chip cookies. So we are just gonna patiently let that do its magic. It's going well. Okay, some of you are looking at that butter and being like, what is she doing? That is so much butter. It is. This is a massive cookie recipe. So I'm following the ratios in the original cookie recipe, which makes several dozen. I mean, 8 to 10 cups of flour. So ratios are important. If these turn out as good as I'm anticipating, we will share some with neighbors. And then, like I said, I'm gonna make them for Gracie's birthday party, which will be on the 19th. Her birthday is on Valentine's Day. So it's meant to be a rich treat. And essentially this cookie recipe was meant to be shared. If you're coming over from the collab or you're just a new subscriber, this was my dearly departed mother-in-law's cookie recipe that she made at different holidays, Valentine's Day being one of them. And there was always a plate for each family as her kids grew and started families, and a plate for neighbors and a plate for her grandparents. And this cookie recipe was meant to be shared, not consumed by one household. So keep that in mind if the quantities have you a little uneasy. So these are some pictures I took of the different phases of the butter while it was browning. I explained later I was on the phone with my sister. They were in the car going out of town. Okay, I took pictures. I was on the phone with my sister. My niece, who is a level 9 gymnast, has a competition this week, so I won't talk to them a lot after today, and she's kind of filling me in on some stuff. So I got pictures of the other stages. This is it done. You want to make sure not to burn it. Burnt butter is not delicious, but see how rich and brown that is. Some people stop it a little bit before. I have found that I just really like it at this stage. It is delicious, and I can tell a difference in the cookie, and yeah, so oh, it is beautiful, and it is done. Now we're just gonna let it cool, and I'm gonna pour it into a measuring cup. Okay, so this is our brown butter. All of this in the bottom. You don't leave any of that behind. I know I said I was going to make more, but I didn't. I just went ahead and made what I needed for this recipe. So I'm just prepping some of my ingredients to make it go faster. The whole recipe will be in just the recipe vlog. This is my vanilla, my eggs, and my buttermilk. I don't have, I explained this in the sugar cookie recipe. I don't have a big canister for my flour. And so keeping it in here, giving it a little fluff, and spooning it in just helps me get a better measurement. This is another reason I am just doing the 8 for starters. I want to add this to my mixture, and I don't know if it is going to affect the flour. So I didn't want to go ahead and count out 10 cups of flour, because that's what I used last time, and then it be thrown off using a 1/2 cup of malted milk powder. So we are starting off, nope, I'm not getting a perfect measurement, but that's fine. So we're starting off like that as well. So we're starting off with it like this, so we can see how everything looks at the end. Okay, so this is another reason why we don't want to over measure and assume we're going to use the same amount of flour, because see, I used the brown butter, and if you saw my last video, I'll link it down here. It got really like smooth and liquidy, and this one didn't, and probably because more water evaporated out of it. This is our buttermilk. You can use regular milk, you can use milk turned into buttermilk. I really just like to use buttermilk, but it's buttermilk, vanilla, and 3 eggs. You guys see how it already looks completely different. Note to self, I need a hand mixer. I can tell you it's still gonna be delicious, because I've had it go this way in the mixer before too, and once everything's come together, it's been fine. I'm gonna add our dry ingredients. Clean hands are always important in the kitchen. I don't have the counter as clean as I'd like it, and they're not gonna be rolled out like sugar cookies. So we're gonna start working in here. Okay guys, let me tell you about these. These are raspberry tidbits. I got these from the Prepared Pantry. I'm not affiliated with them. I just really like their things. I looked forever for these, and couldn't even find raspberry. Could find strawberry and a few other like items, and they were outrageously priced. So I went and like Google searched, and these guys came up, and I am incredibly happy with them and their products. I will link them in the description box too, if you want to go check them out. I don't gain anything for recommending them. I just legitimately like their products. And then I'm using from them as well the white chocolate drops. I've used these in other recipes and we have been really pleased with how delicious these are. Friends tell friends about great products. I did not add more flour to this. I started thinking I'm not making sugar cookies. So maybe I didn't want the dough any drier, and I think I'm gonna be pleasantly pleased with this. So, and it's still a pretty dense dough, you know. Actually going to freeze this to make cookies for Valentine's Day. I'm not sure if it'll be good to wait until Valentine's Day in the fridge, so I'm gonna freeze it. Yeah. Oh, epic. All right, we're gonna let the oven preheat because I did not do that first. 400. We're gonna clean up a little and come back. All right, we put them in for 12 minutes and they're firm and they're brown on the edges. So I think we're gonna call it good. We're gonna make another pan and then roll up the dough. We're just gonna, like where we made huge cookies, we're now gonna make responsible cookies. But you see this cookie, especially with the big cookies and the thickness you want, it's not several dozen like it was designed, but you're still getting a lot of cookies. We made 5 more, so just shy of a dozen. And we're gonna get about 2 dozen more. So if you were making reasonably sized cookies right from the get-go, you would still get 3 or 4 dozen out of this. So do that, wrap them in plastic wrap, and stick them in the freezer. Gracie, what do you think? Okay, so me and Gracie love them. I will let the other kids try them as they trickle in from doing chores. Lance will be home in a little bit. Sometimes he's like, yeah, I'll try them, and other times he's like, give me a little bit. So I didn't want to put him on the spot just for, you know, filming, but they're so good. The malted milk powder, like, it doesn't taste like malty, it just adds to the flavor and the caramelization that you want in that kind of cookie, you know? So good. Absolute perfection. My only 2 notes are that I need to add more raspberry and white chocolate next time, which I guess makes sense. When I look back, I put in the amount for a normal recipe, so I really should have tripled it, but it's fine. They're delicious. You guys have got to try them. I will adjust the chocolate and raspberry ratio, and truthfully, I would say you can just add chocolate chips to these. They will be an amazing chocolate chip cookie. So thanks for joining me. The playlist is going to be in the description box, and so will Desiree's channel. Like I said, go check them out. I am always blown away at how amazing and creative these ladies are. You're gonna wanna check them out, but I'm gonna take off. I will make sure everything is in the description box, including I will link the malted milk powder that I got from Amazon. I think you can buy Carnation at Walmart or other grocery stores, but I'll link what I used just in case. But yeah, I am gonna make dinner, so I will see you guys here really soon. Bye.